So no clue why that video stopped. But just gonna start a new one. I got physical therapy here in a little bit. So yeah, I mean, prison was, I took it seriously, man. Like, I really wanted to learn. I really wanted to figure things out at that point in my life. I learned a lot about myself, about codependency. I've talked a lot about this in my other videos. And I just, I talk about this stuff because it comes up. When it comes up and I feel inspired, I either got to write or I got to make a video about it, And I'm really happy if it helps other people because it certainly is helping me just talk about it, But, through all that and through, I did have, girlfriend experiences in there too. But through all that, I learned how to not be codependent anymore. I was codependent my whole life. Like, I didn't know how other people just, they're okay with or without somebody, or they didn't get too shooken up if their girlfriend or boyfriend did this. I never understood that. I'm like, why am I so, into it and everything just affects me when I'm in a relationship, It's because I was codependent, I was attached. I had to break free of those chains, and it happened when I was in prison. And I can kind of recall how and why, but I've explained it in other videos, but the important part is it's gone and I have balance now with that. I know that I'm okay with or without somebody, and that's where you should be in life. You should be well enough okay with inside of yourself that if your significant other left or you left them or whatever, that you would be okay. It's not to say maybe you wouldn't miss them a little bit. It's not to say that. It's just to say that you would be okay. Because in the past, I wasn't okay, man. The 4-year relationship I had, dude, you know how many times I've tried to commit suicide, over that relationship? And it wasn't her, man. It was me, Granted, we had our set of problems, Every relationship has their own set of problems, but I was codependent. That's all there is to it. I was attached, and I didn't know how to love me. I didn't have respect for myself, and that's one thing I have today, and I just love it so much, man. I love it so much because I'm okay finally. I'm finally okay. Things that would severely cause problems before, things that would severely upset me before and cause me to keep talking about for days and months, don't affect me at all anymore. And it's not to say I don't care. It's just to say that, it's not that serious. Things are not that serious. That's another thing I learned in prison from a particular person. Maybe that's all I was to learn from that person. That's all I was to get, was to just hear that, because it really hit home. It's not that serious. Things are not that serious, man. You can just look at things and just realize, when you're all mad, it's not that serious. It's not that freaking big of a deal, my gosh. It's not gotta be so serious about freaking everything, and that's note to self, too. I take that advice. But, yeah, so it's I broke free of all that, and, I could not feel any more better. That's a huge change. If anything I've gained and learned the last 2 years that I've never had before, I would say is just balance and healthy mind, healthy love, healthy, well-balanced, normal-ish thinking, And like I said, it's not to say I don't make any mistakes or I don't slip up a little bit in thought patterns or anything like that. It's not to say that. I'm not perfect, But I can say one thing. I do have so much more balance and mental direction in my life now, and I just feel a lot better. It just feels like things are finally okay. Like I can just breathe finally, man. Everything was so oh my gosh, so intense, and everything affected me, and I was so just affected by everything and everyone, and I don't know what they call it, when people say they're an introvert or an empath. I don't know what the word is for it, but when they feel everything, you don't actually, that plays a role too. But that you gotta, at some point in time, you gotta come out of that too and realize it's just all about yourself, man. That might sound selfish, but the only way you can serve other people is by serving yourself first. You have to fill yourself up, or you cannot give it to anyone else. you're going to be an empty freaking pallet. You know what I mean? Like, you have to do the things that are necessary and vital for you in your life, so that way you can give to others and have the patience for others and have the whatever for others, you know? And people going around helping and people pleasing other people, you know, out of their suffering, that's not helpful either. You say, well, I help other people, you know, before I put others before myself and things like that. You know, I used to say the same thing. Yeah, but you're not helping them, because in your low vibration of you not helping yourself, you're not helping them get anywhere either. You got to be of a higher vibration and a higher, you know, frequency and maturity in order for it to actually help somebody. You might think it is, but it's not. It's not serving them, you know? And it's that awareness that I've learned, you know? So, you know, it kind of... I got to go into physical therapy here soon, but I've learned a lot, man. It's like, you know, I have somebody in my life right now, too, that says, you know, you say things just, you know, you're saying it to yourself, you know? So if I'm talking right now and I'm just saying this to clarify it for myself or just to get it out, is there a point in me actually verbalizing it out loud? Is it to just feel better? Does it help other people while I'm talking out loud? I know people enjoy my videos. They've told me. So that just got me thinking, really, is like, because it makes sense. Like, when I'm saying it, like, what am I saying it for? You know, like, is it to validate my own feelings? Is it... You know, I know I'm doing it to, like, kind of document the journey so I can look back and see where I was at certain points. And, you know, because Gary Vaynerchuk told his people to do that, you know, and so I do it because he's on fire and he makes sense. You know, he's right about a lot of stuff. So I got to go in here in a minute, but maybe I'll finish more of this later if I feel inspired. But I don't know, man, those experiences forever changed my life. I will not be the same person because of all of it. I'm just in a different place, man. I started my stuff early. I started my rebellion and my lashing out and all that. If people would have seen me like the way I was when I was in all these treatment center inpatient, when I was a young adolescent, they wouldn't have the same viewpoint as me. People just see me as this positive freaking Penelope dancing around in the grass that has no problems. Like, man, I've done a lot of self-work to get to where I'm at, and a lot of freaking studying, reading, inner work, man. Like, I have put in the work to get to where I'm at. I don't just freaking blow around in the wind and not think about stuff. I use my mind, I use my heart, I try to connect the two, and I try to figure it out, man. And I try to, not figure it out, but have awareness and try to help myself along the way, you know? So anyways, I gotta cut this because I gotta go in for PT, so I will talk to y'all later.